spades.
Okay,
hold on. All right, hold on. Let me we got to introduce Bri Coleman, right?
Yep, that's me.
This Bri, I've been fucking with her fine chocolate ass for a long time. And I just started noticing she started getting into the co-parenting coaching. And so if you've been following me for a while, especially on social media, you know I'm a big advocate of marital training and parental training. Those are the two areas of life that we engage in the most, that we have the least amount of training on, the least amount of wherewithal on. And it's the only thing that we kind of go by ear. Everything else, driver's license, jobs, school, we take training for. But when it comes to the most two important relationships in our lives, which are romantic relationships and our relationships with our children, we just wing it. And oftentimes we occur a lot of trauma onto ourselves and our children and our spouse. So Bri is doing something really dope. It's unique in the market. I haven't seen much of it, but I'm always asking for it because it's needed. And so Bri, you want to kind of like just tell a little bit about yourself and where people can find you at?
So my name is Sabrina Coleman, aka Bri Coleman. I've been in the education field for about 23 years, and I have an 18-year-old son and a 16-year-old daughter. I've been divorced for like 8 years, but yeah, divorced for 8 years.
You got a Rico Suave.
Yeah, don't do it. Don't do it. Please don't.
That motherfucker is handsome, though. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, damn, is this the dude from, is this Tony Gonzalez? I was like,
yeah, so we haven't been together for 15 years. The first few years after we separated, divorced, whatever, was pretty rocky. And then eventually he was able to get over his feelings because people probably will recall, no, for real, in one of my lives I was saying, in our situation, I felt like the dude because he was upset because I left him. Usually it's the other way around. Yeah. Right. So, but once he got over that, we've been cool. We've been co-parenting perfectly fine for like the last 10 years. We don't have any issues.
Yeah.
I've been having people tell me for literally the longest, like, you need to teach other people how to co-parent, or you need to write a book. But I always just brushed it off. I didn't take it seriously, but I was like, okay, maybe I should. So
okay, right? That's good. That's beautiful. I think you can do a lot of mentoring to Mark. And
don't do Mark. Mark, tell him don't do you.
But I'm just saying, no, but for real, like a lot of people can really utilize that. Because like you said, you know, so many co-parenting relationships go awry, and the child is the one that's always suffering. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I'm gonna ask you this. So before we dive into the subject completely, what have you been seeing out there? You know, being that you know gotten into this waters of co-parenting coaching, what are some of the trends and some of the concerns and some of the things that even surprise you that you've been seeing run into?
I don't even know where to start. No, for real. And I hate to say it, but the very first thing that literally just popped into my head is women always want to put all the blame on the men, not looking in the mirror, realizing their faults in the part that they play. Also, of course,
we did not coerce her to say this, Black woman. I want y'all to know that. So when y'all be coming for me,
don't come for him.
Speaking her truth. No,
yes, I speak from a Black woman. Okay? I am not biased. My last live that I did was specifically geared towards women and telling them what they need to change on their end, because I felt it needed to be said, because I feel like men catch a lot of the backlash, and that's not fair, because we not all peaches and cream walking around here like angels. No, we not gonna pretend that.
Or they so don't sting once a month.
Right. So yeah, using the kids as pawns, saying they don't know if they should let the dad see the kids because he hasn't been paying child support. The men saying that the baby mom should get her new nigga to take care of kids, like that type of stuff. And it's not cool. At the end of the day, it's time to grow up and do what's best for the kids.
So what have you found to be like the thing that's the thing that bridges that gap? Like what have you found to be like a cure or a type of
remedy for that?
Remedy for that bridges that gap.
Whew, something that a lot of people are not willing to do, which is be real with themselves and be real with each other.
Mm.
So if you upset that y'all not together no more, just say that. But don't sit there and deny it when 100 people come in your face and be like, I think you just upset because y'all not together. No, I'm not. Sis, if you upset, bruh, if you upset, just say that. You have to be real with each other and you have to get over it. My ex-husband, he was finally real with me. He was like, I never thought that you would leave me because of how I provided for you. I provided you with the ultimate lifestyle, like, and you had the nerve to leave me. He was real about it. You know, you have to be real with each other. So it's like, at the end of the day, I feel like the foundation is being real with each other. And if you can't do that, it's never going to get fixed.
Well, let me ask you this, because, you know, since we on the subject, so they always talk about, you know, and me and Mark are big on this, being providers. And a lot of the time, you know, a lot of Black guys, we think that that's enough. And we think that that's the end all be all a lot of the time. And when we find out it's not enough, we really get stuck because we really don't learn because we hear social media, we hear the rumors, all the gossip. A man should be secure, protector, and a provider. But it's like when we do those two things and it's still not enough, we get lost. So what was it the final straw for you that made you be like, you got a great man, great looking guy, great guy that takes care of you. But what was the thing that made you be like, you know what, it's time for us to go our separate ways?
A lot of people don't believe me when I say this because, as you know, a lot of us, especially Black women, are looked at as gold diggers. I can't make love to your money.
It might hurt.
Your money can't give me affection. Your money can't hug me when I'm down, when I've had a bad day. That Jaguar you bought me, that's not gonna make like
they keep you warm in the winter.
that was it. And his, you know, he really is your stereotypical Italian man that you would see in a movie. His ego was like, are you serious? You leaving me? What I do for you? The house we live? I was like, yeah, you know, and I was miserable. I was only 24, 25 at the time.
Oh.
And I was, yeah, we got married young. And even he admitted, you know, that he was young and he wasn't ready. But for me, it was the fact that I just was miserable. I didn't care.
So was he not around enough, or was he
wasn't really around enough? He wasn't affectionate. But I didn't really fault him for not being around because he owned his own business. And I knew that came with the territory. But when he was around, I didn't exist. So when we would be out in public, he wanted to be all up on me and holding my hand and like showing me off. But when we were home, I got no love.
All right, I ain't about to let Miko monopolize your time, your limited time, because we came here for a reason. And right. I want to know a few questions because I'm
trying to get to know you. I'm
the one. You want to have it. If you wanted to get to know you, we would have started on time.
Right.
So what we go do? We getting into the meat and potatoes. So for the people who do have kids or got served with them papers,
yeah.
Mark hold up.
Yeah, Mark is a husband now, but he's also a we say baby daddy, baby father.
Husband / baby father. Yeah. Because hopefully he's not a baby daddy.
I'm gonna let the relationship with him and his original baby mama didn't work out.
Okay. I'm gonna let let it be known I've never been served with papers or anything like that. We had our, we went back and forth. I was actually had the largest desire to take her to court because of my level of frustration with time spent and things like that. Right. And so I've never had the feeling that Miko have had of getting served with them papers.
So yeah, I got served with papers before.
He been traumatized. Yeah. But the question I got for you is, what advice do you give people when they say, all right, we know we're not going to be together, and where do you draw the line between y'all need to be adults and handle this on your own versus going to court, putting it on paper?
Well, I can only speak from my personal experience because,
you're a coach.
So What'd you say? Don't
I
start
said you a
today.
coach.
Don't start today. We're not doing that today. But
Okay.
when you get divorced, it's gonna be on paper. Everything is
Right.
included. So for me, that's totally different. But for
Gotcha.
everybody else, one thing that I really did mention, as far as like you said, being adults, that I actually mentioned in my last live when I addressed the women, is do not go put men on papers when he's doing what he's supposed to do. To me, for me, that's a big one that I
really just got 100 male followers just off that, but go ahead.
Speaking of that, hold on real quick. Hold on. I actually just set up my YouTube channel today. And it is the Bri Coleman. So yes, please come follow me. So
we're gonna put your links up. Yeah, definitely follow her.
Yes.
Just don't shoot the shot.
Nah, you might get your feelings hurt. But no, for real, that was one of the things that I addressed in my live to the women. If you know that he's doing what he's supposed to do not put that man on papers, and vice versa, because there's single fathers out there too. Everybody always want to talk about the single moms. I've been a single mom for the last 15 years, but let's be real, it's 2020 and there's single fathers out there too. But if the other parent is doing what they're supposed to do, don't make it difficult or try to be spiteful and put them on papers when they're contributing, spending time. If they're not spending time, but they're doing financially what they're supposed to do, and you want to go get a visitation and they're not falling in line with you, okay. I mean, you might have to, but at the end of the day, I really feel like if you can talk to each other without biting each other's heads off, there's really no reason why you shouldn't be able to sit down and figure it out together. That's
right. I think that I agree with that. In my journey, I had probably about 5 or 6 women advising me what to do, what I should do, what I shouldn't do, and how to approach the situation. Shout out to Rapunzel. She definitely was guiding me. And what you realize is that's because, like you said, for you, it was already the fact that you were going through a divorce. It was already something that had to be implemented. But for a lot of people, when you have kids born out of wedlock, what you see is you got women who, of course, listening to other women and say, man, you need to get on them papers. You need to do X, Y, Z. And then even for me as a man, a lot of women told me, you need to go and do that early. Get it out the way, yada, yada, yada. However, when I spoke to, shout out to Rapunzel, but I also spoke to lawyers. I was in the courtroom, or I was at the law office or courtroom or whatever, looking at how to fill out them papers. And the biggest thing that deterred me was nobody ever tells you how to fill out a form. And I was in college. I ain't know shit. But what it was the lawyer and other people who were more mature in their situation said, y'all gonna argue. Don't let your frustration from an argument take you to court and get yourself put on paper, because you never know what your situation gonna be. Exactly. Also, the lawyer told me, you got to understand that the court is here because you and another adult couldn't figure out how to handle business.
Exactly.
So before you go, people don't know the options either. Before you even go to court, you can have your own mediator that mediates how this situation should play out.
When you get a divorce, I don't know about here. I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry, but you have to go to mediation before you go to court to finalize your divorce. Because
I'm speaking out for the people who had kids out of wedlock.
Right.
Yeah. So when you don't have, because you got a lot on your side in terms of assistance, or not a lot. You got more than what I would have had just trying to do it dolo. Exactly. In terms of what the steps were.
But you eventually didn't do.
No.
Yeah, he didn't file the child support, and the thing is, it's crazy because like I've been with him through a lot of their journey, and I've seen him exhibit patience that I wouldn't exhibit. But I've been, and it's funny because I've been put on papers. You know, I've been put on papers for, a child that we found out.
You've been served papers. You ain't been put on nothing.
I was put on. If I didn't go to court,
you ain't paid nothing.
It would have been confirmed. You know what I'm saying? First off, you ain't about to deny my experience.
So he's trying to upplay it because he.
Look, let him talk about his struggle. He want to have a struggle story too. The
sheriff show up at the door with the papers, and you like, whoa, what is this? This look like an ISS paper because it's pink. is yellow.
That's the
and they
paper you're
got
supposed to get in your mama.
you gotta sign one copy and keep the other. So I saw the breakdown. I'm like, man, how much a month? I'm like, that's one of my mortgage.
Wait a minute, what?
I said, wait, let me text it. But I'm gonna tell my story later. But so when you saw the post, the post that I made, were you able to look at some of the comments or anything, or what were you seeing surrounding the post? What are some of the things that stood out to you? Because I'm gonna share what stood out to me after you share what stood out to you.
I can tell you what separated the boys from the men. I can definitely tell you that.
Well, hold on, because we got a few different demographics looking. What did the post say? What's the post? We talking about?
The post. So basically, and I'll post the screenshot of the post. But it basically said, a woman, basically along the lines
of not balling off they $400 a month.
Right. Yeah. Most. Women are balling off $400 a month in child support, and the average child costs about $1,147 a month.
Yeah, I got
basically what it says.
So before you go, I'm gonna let. This is the real reason why we even talking about this. I'm sorry. This is the real reason why he don't say bitch and nigga, because there's a bunch of niggas in his inbox calling him a bitch ass nigga, and both of them hurt him so much he just swore off of it. But I'm gonna let you go ahead. Go ahead with your.
Yeah, go ahead. You gotta let you share.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you what separated the men from the boys. They can feel however they want to feel, but I'm gonna lay it on out. When I was reading those comments, what separated the men from the boys was the men who were able to break down that $1,100 a month. Those are the men because they are obviously involved and knows what it entails to take care of a child on a day-to-day basis. When I saw the ones listing healthcare, men have versus the ones who was listing childcare, and then you see the other men, aka the boys, okay, talking about don't laugh. I'm so serious right now. Then you had a boy saying a child don't cost that much, a child don't eat that much, a Happy Meal is only $3.99, a child don't grow out of clothes every month. You, sir, apparently are not.
And they say she gotta have somewhere to live anyway.
Thank you. That one. You took the words right out of my mouth. Apparently, you have not cared for an infant where daycare costs $800 a week by itself. That's the industry norm. And I know that because I've been a preschool pre-K teacher for the last 20 years before I moved into elementary education. And that's on the cheap side, anywhere between $600 to $800 a week. That's a week, not even a month. That's a week at a good preschool. So that's what I noticed.
You don't need to be in no good school.
Yeah, that's what I noticed. We not talking about Ray Ray and Shaquita's daycare around the corner where they might.
But that's what was coming to a lot of Ray Rays.
Thank you. Ray Ray not picking his children up enough and not asking when that bill gonna be paid.
That's because he got to work hard to pay that $400 a month.
Right.
While you balling out doing photo shoots.
It was crazy.
Listen.
Like these dudes really think these women be balling.
Listen.
And then got the nerve to go on a cruise to the Bahamas for $250.
Right. Like she really just, yes. Look, my child support over the years, I really didn't get that much in child support. And it's funny that you posted that because I was getting like $500. But the thing is.
For two or one?
For two.
Oh, yeah.
And see,
he must be a business owner.
He was.
He got the front.
That P&L sheet is clutch.
Hold on. We can't hear you no more. Oh, there we go.
Sorry about that. The thing about it is, if I really needed something, he would look out. So it didn't bother me. Right. But what you don't seem to understand is, at the end of the day, I'm still responsible for caring for that child on a day-to-day basis because they're in the house with me. I'm not one of those women that's like, well, nobody told him to go off and get married and have more kids, because that was my ex-husband's situation. He has 4 other kids other than our oldest 2.
It was before you or after you?
No, after hours. Our kids are the oldest. And that's why I tried not to bother him that much, because I knew he had other responsibilities, but we was cool like that. But if I know I really needed something and I hit him up, if he got it, I got it. No questions asked. If he didn't have it, he'd be like, "No, I don't really got it right now." But if he had it, I got it. So it's like you really have to, men really have to realize that it takes a lot, because pretty much the child support that he paid me through the court, I'm not even gonna lie, most of that went to food. Because he's making $10 an hour, I kid you not. I've never been able to get food stamps making $10 an hour simply because I received $500 a month in child support. I kid you not. I was only able to get food stamps for the first time back in 2008. I was teaching at a private school. The enrollment dropped. So my position got cut to part-time. That was the only time I was approved for food stamps, because my hours went to like 25 hours a week. But when I was making 10.50 an hour, working 40 hours a week, they would not give me food stamps.
And that was the misconception too, is that these baby mamas, they can get all this child support and all these government assistance.
No,
only 28% of single moms, not most of them Black, qualify for a government assistance.
I've never been on Section 8. I've always paid a full rent. I've always paid for groceries out of pocket. Like, everything has always been on me. Right. And like I said, I was never always in the best position. I'm not even gonna lie. I didn't finish college. I didn't finish school. That wasn't his fault that I was making 10.50 an hour.
Right.
But at the end of the day, those were choices that I also have to realize that I made.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, but if you have somebody that's there looking out for you and they don't have to outside of child support, be grateful for it. He shot me like $400 a week ago. I was like, oh, okay. Thanks.
Right.
You know so it's like, you really have to.
It's reimbursement, really. A lot of that,
What'd you say?
I say a lot of that is reimbursement. It's the money that the mother already paid.
It is.
And it's just making up for that. So when a woman buys nails or hair, she was gonna buy hair or nails, but she had to sacrifice for the child because she had to extend her portion of care to make up for the man, and wait for his back end to come. So
and if you working 40 hours a week as a single mom and coming home and tending to the kids and doing everything you have to do, I had to get out of that. Like, I would feel so guilty when I would do something for myself. Dude, I'm not doing this with your child support. I finally decided to do something for myself out of the check that I work hard for and not feel guilty about it.
Right.
That used to be a huge issue for me.
All right, but hold on, you got one more question?
No, I was gonna ask her, did she want to talk? We ain't trying to hold
because we know you got to run your errands, and I got here late, and so that's why this whole thing is late. But I'm glad you gave us your time. I'm glad you gave us your energy. I'm glad you gave us your knowledge.
I had fun with you guys.
Listen, we gotta have you back again. We gotta do something a little longer. As you see, this is easy going. This is fun. We drinking. We having a good time. We really cut up. And I want you to lead the people with a last message that you want people to know, and lead the people with how they can get in contact with you, and especially get your knowledge on how to co-parent effectively.
So I gotta try to condense this. I don't even know what to say. I just need everybody to get their life together, because I'm tired of y'all kids coming through my classroom telling all y'all business. At the end of the day, that's another reason I decided to go into this, because y'all kids coming to the classroom talking about why daddy's sleeping on the couch or that they had a fight. People don't realize, and I work with small kids, like first and
they
second
don't think
grade.
that these kids be knowing, but these kids are aware of what's going on.
You have to stop talking on the phone and telling your business around these kids. They might not say nothing, but you better believe they soaking up everything that you're saying. And they're soaking up everything that they're seeing. My other thing is that I talked about previously on my live on Facebook, you need to be the example to teach your children healthy problem-solving skills. That's a huge thing for me. Teaching your kids healthy problem-solving skills. Cussing the baby daddy out, cussing the baby mama out in front of the kid, That's not teaching them healthy problem solving skills. And then you talking about my kids don't respect me. Why would they? That you're showing them it's okay to disrespect their father or their mother. So they're gonna think it's okay to disrespect you because you disrespected the other parent. It's not a do as I say, not as I do. No, we're not doing that. Like those two are the biggest things for me. Like being an example and exhibiting and demonstrating healthy problem solving skills for your kids. So,
and then so where can people reach you if they want to get more information on, you know, for your coaching, for just to follow you, you know, and guys, don't be hitting her up trying to shoot your shot. She's a professional woman. Okay.
Yes, I am.
She's a professional single woman because shots get shot.
If she's single, then that means that's me and her business. That's not for nobody else. You know what I'm saying?
So I can be reached at Bri Coleman on Facebook. You can find me on Facebook at Bri Coleman, as well as Instagram, the Bri _ Coleman, and YouTube officially as of today. Listen, y'all, I gotta say this real quick.
What's that?
My head got so big like this today, y'all. I put up my YouTube channel. All I did was, it's just a little video, a little blurb up there.
Yeah.
Within 25 minutes, I had 10 comments and like 13, 15 subscribers. I didn't even know these people. This was
just Black Girl Magic.
Hey.
Hold on, can you spell Bri for them so that they know?
Sorry, BRI and then Coleman, COLEMAN. The Bri.
Like everybody spell Bri.
That's Bri that used to live in apartments across the street. Bri.
Nah, that's BRE.
With the little accent.
All right. But I enjoyed y'all.
I appreciate you checking in. Like I said, we're gonna do this again.
Do it again.
And take care, babies. And you got something?
No, I was gonna say we'll let you go. We about to talk shit about these niggas they're scared to pay $401 and don't let it get increased to $420.